All right, guys, first up is LeBron James. We all know he's S tier.
No discussion needed. This guy is GOAT material.
I don't know if I would put LeBron in S tier, honestly.
Did you forget your Prozac, you goblin-faced geezer? This guy is top 3 all-time, no discussion.
I'd say top 2, to be honest.
4-7 in the finals.
Are confidently incorrect. It's 4-6.
Championships are a team effort. LeBron has been exceptional almost every finals game of his career.
Absolutely. Joe has no base to stand on here. LeBron is the point leader. Plus,
Kareem had the record without the three-point shot.
Don't care, no one asked. I'm putting the king on top where he belongs. Next up is George Mikan.
An absolute icon here, the sport's first superstar and a man so good that goaltending rules were invented just to stop him. Easy S tier on influence alone.
Of course, an old fogey like
Donald,
you.
you're old as dirt yourself.
As I was saying, of course, an old fogey like Joe thinks this guy still deserves to be S tier. He was amazing for the time, but the game has evolved so much that he's A tier now.
45 makes a good point. Time marches on and leaves us all in the dust. A tier.
Whatever, who's next?
Next up is Irving Magic Johnson.
Perhaps the best point guard of all time, S tier?
Finally, you're making some sense, Joe. 5 championships and 3 finals MVPs. This guy is top tier before you even consider his impact on the culture of the sport.
No way you're bringing up his championships and finals MVPs. He was carried to a championship by Kareem and stole his finals MVP.
Even if Kareem got them to the finals, Magic is what got them the 60s championship.
And he had an incredible career as the first option on his team.
His career was cut short because of bad personal decisions, and he wasn't even the best in his own era.
I'll take Donald. Him surviving despite his disease is a plus to his legacy. Plus, Bird hurt his back due to bad personal decisions, too.
Now you're spitting Joe. This is why you were my VP.
Of course, you guys want to give participation S-tier medals to everyone.
It's 2v1 your ratio. Just take the L, Donald.
Agreed. Next up, we are looking
When
at...
are we ranking Jokic?
He's still an active player and early in his career. Why would we rate him?
Yeah, I don't think he's even close to a great yet. He doesn't have a single ring.
Championships are a team effort. Barack Hussein, liar, liar, pants on fire, Obama, about 2 minutes ago.
He hasn't even carried his team to a chance for a championship
Doesn't
yet.
matter. He's classy, a soon-to-be 3 times MVP, and has perhaps the best advanced analytics ever. Besides, impact on a single team doesn't matter for overall greatness.
I don't really understand the modern obsession with analytics. When I was a young lad watching Pettit and Micheal, you were good if you won.
Joe, there were like 8 teams back then, and being 6'8" was a walking cheat code. Anyway, next is Michael Jordan.
This tier easy.
Agreed.
Hold on a second.
Joe, there is no way you don't think this guy is anything but S tier.
Are you stupid or are you an idiot, Joe? You haven't had a single good opinion this entire call. Do you just not like any players from before 1980?
I'll admit I am nostalgic for the simpler days of b-ball, but I promise I have an unbiased point here.
Get to the point quickly, or I am not giving you your apple juice tonight.
You won't do what?
The 6-0 Bulls Jordan is S tier without a doubt, but the end of his career was mediocre at best, ruining the potential of young teammates, not a single championship, and injuries all round.
That was just a victory lap, Joe.
Agreed, GOAT tier.
So we're just going to ignore how disappointing he was. He didn't even perform as well as LeBron is doing now.
Different era and different medical tech.
Facts, Donald.
I just think it's inexcusable to do so poorly to end your...
Diddy DC must be having internet issues.
I kicked him for having such dog water opinions.
Glad to hear it. Jokic next?
We're looking at Jason Kidd next. I think he's an easy A tier. Incredible defensive prowess, a sense for the game that few can hope to match, and the ability to fit on any team.
Take the rose-tinted glasses off, you dumb casual. Kid has 1 championship and wasn't even the best player on his team for it. He's a B-tier legend at best.
You're moronic if you don't acknowledge how stiff the competition was in his era, or his GOAT status for the New Jersey Nets.
Room temperature IQ take. Dr. J is the Nets GOAT, first of all, and being influential for 1 team alone is not enough to earn you A tier.
I'll admit that Dr. J is the Nets GOAT. I forgot about his time.
Just like you forgot to pick a VP with good opinions.
Insulting someone who isn't even here is just mean-spirited, Donald.
You're right, my bad.
That was almost as bad as people who forget to like and subscribe. Anyway, I'm not Kid superfan, so I'll compromise and put him high B tier.
Looks like the Candy Boy has a theme song now.
I see you've put Jason mid where he belongs.
Okay, next up is Shaq.
Force of nature during his prime. No one could stop this guy in the paint. unfortunately held back by throwing away his career with several awful stints near its end.
The end of his career keeps him out of S tier, but he's A tier easy. Don't act like a few bad years ruin his entire career. The man had 4 championships.
Plus, he gave the great city of Miami their first championship. Of course, you only care the end of this guy's career. Your dusty brain probably can't even remember his Magic and Lakers years.
You two losers can't even keep your values consistent for 2 minutes. Barack, you admitted championships were a team effort earlier. You cannot buttress this guy using his championships without mentioning that he played with Kobe, all people.
He's got you there, Barack.
I've got you too, Donald. You said affecting a single team wasn't good enough to impact a Legends ranking. Besides, Wade was on that 06 team too and gave the Heat 3 more rings. Don't try to get smart with Dark Brandon.
Dark Brandon?
Joe, you're acting like a chuny. It's cringe, bro.
Can't buttress your arguments, so you turn to ad hominems. I don't know what else I expected.
Did you kick that loser again?
Temp ban this time. Super auto pets until he's back?
Sure.